Right then, so let's get back into it. New location, mix it up. What about the so Colville? How did that go for you, mate?
Yeah, well, I enjoyed it, but I mean, look, Tommy Brookbank's great manager. Chairman was really good to me, but if I'm honest, I wasn't right in the head.
Yeah.
So I just rode out the rest of the season, and then really it was about getting my head right for the next season.
Yeah.
So what happened then is I changed agents. I signed with SMC Management, still at Coke.
So do you know at this level, like Colville, at the level you were at the time, were all the players? Did all the players typically have agents, or was it because you kind of were slightly more high profile than some of the others?
I think because I obviously came from United and a bit of exposure in like the League Two kind of League One environment. I think for me, I gravitated. Well, they gravitated towards me.
Yeah.
Because I had an ambition, and I think the agents that I spoke to, they liked the idea that I had ambition.
Yeah.
So for me, I don't think you need an agent at step 3, but if you're a young-ish player and you've got ambition, it's always good to have them in your corner.
Yeah. So you got scouted out by Solihull Moors.
No, so before that, my agent Stuart got me a trial game at QPR. So they were in the champ, I believe, at the time.
Yeah.
And we played a trial game against the reserves. Played really, really well.
So you had a trial game for the first team against the reserves?
No, so there was basically like a trial team put together against the QPR reserves.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Played really, really well. And Chris Ramsey, the first team manager, was there watching.
Yeah.
And at the end of the game, he said, "How old are you, son?" I said, "I'm 24. He said, "If you were 23, I'd sign you right now." He played really, really well.
Yeah.
But then after that, after I left there...
And did he explicitly say, like, I'm not signing you then and there, or did he sort of just leave it at that and then you found out later?
Well, no, he said there and then because that was when they just set up their 23s.
So he just said, if you were 1 year younger, essentially, I would have signed you, but I'm not going to because you are what the age you are.
And that was fun because...
It must have been tough, though.
It was tough, but I know football, so I get it.
Yeah.
So then I got a call from my agent saying, Solihull Moors want you in for pre-season, the rest of the pre-season.
Yeah.
So I ended up going to Solihull Moors the rest of the pre-season.
What level were they in at the time then? What step? Step 1, so National League. Amazing, yeah. That must have felt amazing.
It was good. I mean, look, I had an opportunity. Liam McDonald was the manager. He's a Kettering town manager now.
Yeah.
Great manager.
And you met him, didn't you bump into him just before we met today?
Literally bumped into him about an hour ago.
Yeah, that's insane, isn't it? Coincidence.
Wild, literally wild.
Oh, and no, because that was the thing in my notes. I noted down that you played for Kettering, and I wrote next to it Fabian Ford because I did an audio podcast about a year and a half ago with Fabian Ford. He was at the time he was the director of football at Kettering. I believe he probably still is.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a small world, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that one of the things you like about it? Because obviously you're looking to get back into it. Is that one of the things you love about it? Yeah.
Yeah, everyone knows everyone in non-league.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went to Solihull Moors. Played really well in the trial games, training, and I got offered a deal at Solihull Moors. So I got an opportunity to be a part of it.
So at that level, you go into Solihull Moors, and obviously you've sort of stepped up from a couple of steps below from Colville, yeah. So did you find that they were welcoming to you, or was it very competitive? And also, what was their money like? Not for you don't have to tell me your own details, but like, was there money? Were people earning money at that level? Yeah, like full-time wage.
Yeah, absolutely. So
nice.
At the time, I think Solihull Moors were kind of just moving up the steps. I think 2 years before that, they'd just been promoted to step 1.
Yeah.
So I was it felt fresh, It felt fresh. Liam McDonald brought in his own team. I was with a lot of really good players, Carts, Darren Carter, Birmingham City legend.
Okay, yeah.
In the midfield, playing with him, just learning. But for me, really, it was about just proving myself. And gratefully, I got the opportunity to do that.
So did you play first team there?
At the start of pre-season, yes. Into the season, yes. And then I went on loan to Hales Owen.
Okay.
At step 3.
Step 3, yeah.
And I was there for a while.
So you played National League football. That must have been That must have been exciting for you.
Yeah, I mean, look, the National League environment is, in my opinion, where you start to get a bit of headway.
Yeah.
But I didn't actually make a first team appearance for Solihull Moors. I played all pre-season, and then I remember the first squad of the season got released. I wasn't in that, and then the gaffer took me aside and said, "Look, I want you to go get some games." So I went to Hales Owen straight away.
Oh, I see, right, yeah.
Yeah.
It must be difficult, isn't it, though, mate, for stepping up from step 3 to step 1, right?
Yeah, I would say so. And I think it's also to do with the performance side of things as well. Being able to keep up to date with the new step of performance on the pitch, in the gym as well.
Yeah.
And I think now, moving forward, the main point is making sure that Mr. Mann's lower half is going to be not only above par from everyone else's, but something that he's actually happy with in terms of performance.
Yeah, so for me, like at National League level, most of the players that I was playing with or against, even in pre-season, they've all got like 100, 200 appearances in the league. So it's not the case of you're playing step one. Most of these players have played League 2, League 1 championships, or in Premier League. So you're playing against really experienced players. So it's a whole different kettle of fish. So for me personally, not having that much exposure to the National League as a senior, for me it was a whole learning curve. But I was grateful for the opportunity, and it's just a part of the story.
Did you ever come up against a guy called Tom Tonks?
Tom Tonks, I played with him.
Yeah.
Massive throw.
Yeah.
Unbelievable throw.
I did an audio podcast with him. Did an audio podcast with him last year. Good guy.
My teammate.
I did it just before he played against Tottenham in the FA Cup. The week before, I was in Portugal and I got on the call with him on Zoom.
Longest throw I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, impressive.
He'll give Roy Delap a run for his money for his throw.
Good player as well, though. To be fair, isn't he? Solid, proper solid, isn't he?
Midfielder.
He's very, very he's not the tallest, is he? But he's very well built, very tough, isn't he?
Tonksy is a solid quality player, mate.
Yeah. Where is he now then? Do you know?
Tamworth.
Is he still there?
Yeah, step one.
Nice, mate.
Yeah,
nice.
Great club, Tamworth.
Excellent. Right then, mate. So tell me, how did it go for you? Was it step 3 at Hales Owen, was it?
Yeah, I went on loan at Hales Owen with Clarkey.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it there. Great club. The Hales Owen fans really took me in. Very, very loud. The shed end.
Yeah, that sounds like a decent size attendance. What would that be? A few hundred, 800 maybe?
No, more than that, mate.
Is
like
it?
10, like 1,000, 1,500 some games, but loud. Very, very loud fans.
Yeah.
And I was there for I think the rest of the season, or I might have left. That part of my life was a bit blurry because that's when my mum was really, really ill. And then after that was obviously the COVID year. But if I'm honest, the season after, so I took 2 seasons out.
Yeah.
Because quite frankly...
But tell me, before we get into the 2 seasons out, mate, tell me how many games roughly did you play at Hales Owen?
I would have played, I think it might have been 8.
Yeah.
I think initially it was on a month loan.
Yeah.
From Solihull, but I think I extended it for a while.
So you got a good few games under your belt at Hales Owen?
I got some good games in.
Couple of goals and assists?
Yeah, no, I think more assists than goals. I think I might have scored 1 goal or something.
Yeah.
But in that part of my life is really blurry, mate, because at that point my head was just not in football at all. I was struggling mentally at that point with my mum passing away.
So it was your mum, it was COVID. Tell me about that time of your life, mate.
So it was the time of my life where my mum was on her last legs pretty much. She had a year and a bit to survive. Not survive, to live. She was given a year.
Yeah.
So for me it was about just preserve as much mental energy as possible, because it was a really, really bad time of my life.
And were you living here at that time, or were you living over in the West Mids?
So I was living in Nottingham in the park, but I had to move back out of the park, back home with my mum.
Yeah.
Because I had to basically be a carer.
Yeah.
It got really bad, mate.
Yeah.
So football for me just was look, if I'm meant to come back to this sport, I'll come back to it, but there's more important things.
That's understandable, isn't it?
There's more important things. I've got to be there for my mum, there for my family. So yeah, I took 2 seasons out.
What do you reckon, Excel? Obviously, footballers in the professional game, you're unlikely to take extended compassionate leave, aren't you? Because you earn a big money contract and that.
Correct,
but at that level, if you're not getting a load of money, then it's sometimes it's easier to prioritise mental health, isn't it? Or more important, let's say.
Correct. Yeah, agree. Totally agree. I think at that point it's more to do with making sure you're not going off the rails. With all due respect, making sure the equilibrium can be there for your family around at the time, because obviously it's not just you that's going through it as well. So I think it was. I think at that time, because I was supporting him through the time as well, we're just building the mental fortitude and making sure, like you said, preserve and making sure preservation's still intact.
Well said.
And so, you opened up about your mental health previously in the interview with The Mirror, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I read that a couple of years ago, I think it was. And, how difficult was it for you at the worst of times?
Well, it was just a case of not wanting to do anything, really, For someone that was so close to his mum, for her to just pass like she did, it was tragic. But when she did pass and I started to start my healing, one of the first things I wanted to do was get back into football.
Yeah.
Which is why then I called, Graham Drury, who was the gaffer at Stamford, saying, "Look, I'm getting back into football. I want to come to Stamford."
Yeah.
He said, "I'd love to have you in."
Yeah.
So that's when I got back into it, and then we won the league. We won step 4.
Ah, yes, and I read about that one online in my research. Yeah. So, was that one of the best seasons of your time in non-league then? Probably the best.
I'd say for success-wise, maybe, and for environment, because Stamford is a family environment, so I felt welcome. So for me, I wasn't putting pressure on myself.
Yeah.
The rest of my career, I put a lot of pressure on myself to perform, play as high as I can.
Yeah.
Whereas this was you know what? just want to play and be around it.
But I remember when obviously COVID was tough for a lot of people in various ways, and I wouldn't say I suffered massively because of COVID, but like being isolated, and I wasn't working at the time. So I remember when sort of I come out of lockdown and I got a new situation where I met some new people, and it was like it felt like the best thing ever because you're out of lockdown and meeting people again. Is that sort of how it felt for you? Do you think?
Yeah, I mean, look, I just missed the dressing room.
Yeah.
You know, I missed the banter. I missed just, you know, pinging balls around. I missed training. So for me, it was like brilliant. You know, I get amongst it again.
So you would drive down to Stamford, a couple of times a week for training?
Yeah, it was twice a week, and then obviously game at the weekend.
Graham Drury as well. That's another name that I know. Is he? Where else has he been?
So he's been at Stamford for 10 years, but he's just literally now left Stamford, and now he's the Matlock Town manager.
Yeah, that's where I've seen it, because I've seen Matlock Town recently.
3 days ago.
Yeah.
Fresh off the press.
Oh, yeah, nice. So you had an amazing time there, and you got promoted. So what step was that from and to?
So from step 4 to step 3.
Yeah.
So that was the Northern Premier League, and then we got promoted to the Southern League Central.
Yeah.
For the first time in 25 years. That was the first time in 25 years the club got promoted.
And what did you do the season after that then? Did you stick around at Stamford or?
So I was offered a new deal, but then Buxton called me, so step 2.
Yeah. And that's the nature of non-league, isn't it? At the end of the day, it's great to be happy where you are, and it's great to be getting along with everyone. But if the next level comes calling, it's very hard to say no, isn't it?
Yeah. So I had a conversation with the assistant at Buxton. He said, I spoke to the gaffer, we'll have you in. So I went there for the start of pre-season. It looked good. You know, I started off pretty well.
Yeah.
But it dawned on me that I wasn't going to be offered a deal. So I left there during pre-season.
Yeah.
And then I went to Loughborough, I think, step 4, just to get a couple of games.
Loughborough Dynamo, yeah?
Yeah, just get a couple of games.
Yeah.
And that's when I signed for Kettering.
Oh, okay, yeah. So Loughborough Dynamo, I think they've gone out of business now. Did you ever come across Brad Munn when you were there?
No, Brad wasn't the gaffer when I was there. It was a lad, so it was Tom Hayes. Tom Hayes was the gaffer, who actually was in the youth team with at Walsall.
Okay.
Yeah.
So again, a small world, yeah?
Small world, mate.
So tell me about Kettering Town then, because that's a big club. Yeah. And, you know, I don't think they've actually been in the league before. I think I researched this a couple when I did my interview with Fabian Ford, but they're certainly a big non-league club, aren't they? They've been typically around the National League.
They're traditionally National League.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Step 1.
They've got the most FA Cup goals of all time in front of Tottenham.
Yeah.
So it's a massive club. Fan base is brilliant. So, yeah, I signed. Andy Leese, the manager at the time, brought me in.
Yeah.
Said, look, there's an opportunity here for you. So I played well in the training game, not training games, but like I trained really well, and I started the game after.
Yeah.
So I love Kettering.
So you had a good season there, did you?
Yeah. So I was there for the first part of the season, into the new year, and then the gaffer got sacked. So he brought me in.
Yeah.
And he got sacked. New manager came in, and then he wanted to change it up a little bit. So I didn't find myself in the team, which was fine. It is football.
I've just been looking at my notes there, mate, and it seems like you missed out one club there. What about Kings Lynn? I think you had a good season at Kings Lynn, yeah?
Yeah. So I got brought into Kings Lynn in January. I think it was the 18-19 or 19-20 season. It was one of them.
Yeah.
With Ian Corverhouse, former Norwich City assistant.
Okay.
And Baz. What a great crowd. You know, some really good players there. You know, Matt Jarvis.
Ex-Wolves.
Yeah. Aaron Jones, who's playing National League now.
Yeah.
A few others. Mike Clunan, who went to Scunthorpe, and really, really good players.
Yeah.
At Kings Lynn, good management team. You know, Stephen Cleave, the chairman. You know, I felt at home. I felt at home at Kings Lynn.
Yeah.
And we ended up winning the playoffs, step 3. So we got promoted to National League North.
Nice, mate, nice.
So I had a great time at Kings Lynn.
It's been, I've really enjoyed it so far, and you know we've been through the majority of your career, really, haven't we? In 20 minutes or so. So it's been great. But tell me, what was it that made you? What was it around the age of 31ish? Step out of non-league and focus on your business. You must be so passionate about it, right?
Absolutely. Well, the thing for me, I knew that football, even if I played until I was 40, you need to have something after.
Yeah.
So for me, I thought this is a great time now to take 1 or even 2 years out.
Yeah.
Focus on the businesses, get it to a point where they're running, so then I can come back to football.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. Obviously, Russian Diamonds reached out the start of last season, pre-season. Sorry, start of this season, pre-season, and I went there, but it wasn't quite right because I wasn't fully operational with the businesses.
Right.
Whereas now, they're fully operational, you know, doing really well, which is why I've got headspace and time to commit again.
And I can tell you what, I don't know if it shows on the camera, but you're 2 very physically fit people, aren't you? Especially, well, yourself looking to get back into it. You certainly How many times per week do you go down the gym, mate?
Well, obviously, EXO is my strength and kind of conditioning coach. I've also got a performance advisor that used to advise the England national team. So for me, I'm grateful to have the resource because I want to come back and make a massive impact. So gym-wise, 4 to 5 days of like structured work. You'll have like 1 day off, yoga, whatever.
Yeah.
And then there'll be like a sauna and steam room focused kind of mobility session. So I want to come back doing it like a full-time professional.
Yeah. And what step are you looking to go back into then, mate?
I'd say step 3. Get back in step 3, go and make an impact, and then just go from there. You know what I mean? I've got no expectations now. The pressure is not on me anymore.
Yeah.
I've got everything happening in my kind of personal life, business life. So for me, football is now, let's go and see what I can do because I love the sport, I love the game.
I think that's good though, isn't it? Because it's like you say, sometimes the pressure can be too much and that can ruin it for players, can't it? But I think the fact that you've got everything in place off the pitch, and then, like you say, you're in a good headspace and a good place in life, it all bodes well, doesn't it? You'll be able to, when you step on the pitch, it's not all or nothing, is it? It's kind of just give it a really good go from a good place.
That's it. I mean, I look at it as now I get to play in flow.
Yes.
Where I leave the businesses behind, I get onto the pitch, and it's just the pitch. Because when I was playing full time and even part time before, it was all tied around contracts and getting into the starting 11. Whereas now I can just be free.
And what do you reckon, EXO? What do you reckon? Is it like Will today compared to Will say 2 years ago? What's the difference in terms of like readiness to play non-league footy?
I think the point is mentally in a place where it's the most advantageous in terms of his output on what he wants to do now. So it's going to be very interesting to see what he does and how he performs along with myself and everything in line. So yeah.
And would you be going down to watch him play wherever he ends
Absolutely,
up?
every single game.
Because let's face it, the guy that Will is obviously got everything in place, got everything together. He's going to get back into it, isn't he? Like whether it's where he's aiming or higher or lower, he's going to get back into it at some level, isn't he?
At the end of the day, he's got the right resources around him. Strength coach, performance coach. We push him in genuine terms outside of the football sphere.
Yeah.
The byproduct of it is going to be then in the football field as well.
And based in the centre of Nottingham, you're bang in the centre of Nottingham, as it was just next to where we met today, but it's a perfect location, isn't it? And you've got good access to the likes of... so Ilkeston Town is step 3, isn't it? That's what you mentioned, step 3. Ilkeston Town is step 3. You'd be obviously good access to that, isn't it? What other clubs are there at step 3 that are most local?
Yeah, I mean, I don't care about locality.
Yeah.
I care about just being around a good club who's got ambition.
So you'd be prepared to go down as far as like Leicestershire, Northamptonshire,
look, most of my career
Yorkshire.
I've always done the travel.
So South Yorkshire.
I'm happy to do
West
travel.
Midlands.
I've always done like between 50 and 90 miles to get to training.
Yeah.
So I don't care about distance. I care about being a part of a club that's ambitious, where I get to play my football.
And what's your preferred style of football then, mate? Like for a new club, you presumably prefer the nice, expansive football, play it out to the winger, have a dribble and all that.
Well, as a 10, I like to just like make myself available.
Yeah.
Right. I like to be a part of the build-up. I like to be a part of the attack, but I also like to defend. You know what I mean? I like to do both sides of the ball. So for me, I don't mind if it's possession-based or counter-attacking or whatever. Like, I just like to get on the ball and make things happen.
Yeah. All right then, mate. So to finish the video off, I just want to ask you, what is your day-to-day routine for building up fitness for your stated aim of getting that step 3 club for the next season?
So I stay fit, I stay healthy, I hydrate well, I sleep well. So I keep my stress levels down. So those things are just a constant. I'll start to then incorporate a pre-season plan middle of May.
Yeah.
So I'd say I've got another 10 days or so of kind of maintenance work.
Yeah.
And then we'll start kind of opening up a bit of distance running.
Yeah.
So I'll probably be doing between 5 and 10Ks, but really, really light, just to kind of increase the cardiovascular output. And then with EXO, my strength and conditioning coach, that's where we'll start to incorporate the strength building elements. And then as time goes on, end of May, it'll be shorter running, more agility based. Obviously technical work we'll do as well.
Yeah.
Some of the strength work I can assume would be a bit more dynamic. And then as we get into June, it'll be a shorter kind of distances in preparation for then the first day of pre-season, end of June.
Nice, mate. And what's your final message then to any managers, coaches, club owners out there looking for a new creative player at step 3 or around there going forward?
Well, look, I have got exposure higher than step 3. I've played step 3. I've been promoted from step 3, but I'm just hungry. I've got good energy. I'm a leader and I'm a winner. I'm a serial winner. I want to win every day, doesn't matter what it is. So personally speaking, I'm looking forward to seeing what's on the table. I'm already having some good intention level conversations. So for me personally, I'm just really excited.
Exo, what about your final message to any, as say, club owners out there, managers looking for a new creative number 10? Your friend, your client there as well. But what's your verdict?
Well, at the end of the day, he's got the best strength coach and performance coach in town. So at the end of the day, you're going to have a player that's not only going to be extremely explosive on the field, but also going to be giving you all the assists that you need. So keep a look out.
You know what? I think it's been a great chat. Really enjoyed meeting you both, and I wish you both all the best going forward with your playing and obviously with your coaching and everything, mate. So I'll put all the links in the description. But what's one quick final word for the listeners, for the watchers?
Well, we're excited to get into program. Like I said, like 10 more days or so of maintenance work, and then we're going to get after it.
Excellent, mate. What about yourself? Watch this space, yeah?
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you again, guys.
Cheers.